One more person.
The man this time.
Okay, man. Let's say woman.
I say woman wants to start.
When I still think.
Okay, for what I can remember, he told us that he lived like most of us, okay, for in history, and he wants us or we will become an innovator or educator, and also we will to get grants that will help us in doing that project, and also most of us will enter fellowship that will help us later on in the future, and we also share testimony that will like excite us on like because that's mostly because we won't just want to be here and like we'll just want okay, I don't want to do but at least we want just say something to rely on or what I'm not really sure that's the right thing. But a grant that will help us as an individual and we'll also run through the ups and downs.
Why did you not put up your hand when we first said, what did you laugh? You laughed quite a bit, eh?
Very. That's even a summary of what Mr. Wale said, and that's amazing. It's a round of applause. I'm not very partial, you know, any boy, any woman, any man, because women are now living. Any man, all right. It's what a woman can do, not can do better. It's what a man can do better. All right, guys.
It's like
Oh.
He spoke on their behalf.
Oh, no. Interesting. All right, thank you very much. All right, so we'd like to make us a brief introduction of the fellows here. We want to tell us your name. You're going to be very bold, very audible. Tell us your name, your department. All right, so I think we can start with that. Okay,
My name is Amadi Joyce Chinasa. I'm a woman vision like this.
My name is
My name is Ishola Israel. Ishola Israel, pure delivery geography student. My name is Afoladuma.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
My name is Afoladuma, a 200 level medical student.
My name is Abel Buga, a 200 level medical student.
My name is Upitadilo, 100 level student.
your name is what, sir?
Upitadilo, 100 level student studying nursing science.
Sorry.
Nursing science.
My name is Malik Bansi Badepaju, underlevel student at studying class biology and biotechnology.
Studying nursing science. My name is Omani Jaffe, studying in video.
My name is Patrick. I'm 211 student studying video.
My name is Okewo Oluwa Fuluwasite, 111 student.
My name is Eniola Oluwatosin. I'm 100 student studying medicine and surgery. My name is Mukubi Aristocles Eloho, 200 level student studying medicine and surgery.
My name is Blessing Adetu, 100 level student studying nursing science.
My name is Juliet Adre, 100
So I think from research, women are more more able than men. All right, so let me introduce myself as well. Let me go by. My name is Omo. If I'm to go by the way you have introduced yourself, my name is Omo. So you have to be very audible. In the course of the training, we're going to be taking public speaking, how to pitch your ideas. It's very important that your audience to hear you clearly. Do you understand? So I am I'm not so sure. I am studying medicine and surgery, plant biotechnology, molecular biology, nursing. Do you have a course like that here?
Yeah.
You do, sir. The combination of all that.
Just my estimate.
All right, thank you, sir. That was on a nice note. So right away, we want to have an activity. We want you to brainstorm. We're going to group you. Okay, let me call my example. All right, sorry about that. Thank you. So we'll take that with you. So right away, we're going straight into the induction program. We want to induct you fully into this fellowship. And for the induction, please make welcome. So make perfect. That's we'll be bringing up our dignitaries for the induction. Professor Ejia, sir, for the induction, sir.
I'm Professor Adeduru Adegeye, Professor of Agricultural Economics. A school proprietor. A farmer. An author. And all CTC.
So when you hear Prof saying he's a herbalist, for those of you who are here, I think you should understand what he means by that.
It's not a babalawo.
Let me not get into that. Well, Prof, sir, we want you to officiate in the induction ceremony. So is he going to come in front there? Okay. So Prof, they want you to officiate in the induction ceremony of the students. So maybe you just take their orders for today. So you want to
it's a long time I left school.
yes, that's why I
When you
said
say officiate, I don't know what.
that's why I said you please take their orders for today. When they tell me do this, you do that. So what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? How does it not say? Then you used to know what to do.
Yes.
Put in for it. I don't read something, sit in that target. So. adapt to situations that you find yourself in. When Prof. Adegaye was speaking earlier, and he went on to talk about the different things that he had done over the years. That just illustrates to you, the kind of mindset that someone who is an entrepreneur has. Now, the benefit that you have is that you are going through a structured program where you can acquire skills that you can use. And I think it would be very good if you pay attention. I mean, I know that you might have competing interests that would how would that suit you?
So just as
That's
your job.
That's what that's me. So wrap up. And I'll say wrap up.
Yes.
It gives you skills that you like I said, you find it very useful further down the road in life. You're having a formal way of acquiring those skills you can build on. So don't be distracted. When she was talking earlier, when she said that when she went to a of Banjo, and she wished that she had that in her curriculum when she was in school. I began my career in 1985 as a lecturer at the Laboratory of Banjo. And while I was in Nigeria, was a very interesting place at that time. You think Nigeria is tough now, but those of us who were around there, knew how tough Nigeria was also at that time. But then at that time, even though I'm a pharmacologist, I was building computers. I was running the farm. And I was doing statistical analysis for people on the side. And all that created additional income for me to survive in those times. So, you have to be able to be that innovative, and what you learn here, even if you don't use them in the immediate now, somewhere down the road, as you progress your career and you progress in life, you'll find them useful. One thing I want to tell you is that those skills that you acquire along the way as you grow up, those skills that you acquire as a lost, it all builds up to who you are, decades and years down the road.
That's a great one. Professor Olumide Ogundamsi has been a stakeholder in this project right from the beginning. He's also part of the researchers in this project that started it and piloted it to this stage. And we sincerely appreciate his inputs, and his support has been massive. Even when I remember when we were putting this place in order, and there were some gadgets and things that Teampreneur did not bring. And while I was looking for a way to raise money to make things work, I couldn't imagine how a prof will have 50,000 ready in his pocket. He just gave it to me by the door there and said, go and buy this thing and put it on. So that's why this place is still working well till now. And Prof, we appreciate you for that. We've not forgotten that. And are you ready now? You are not yet ready. So from what Prof has just said, there was something I picked. I just put you pick it, that no skill is lost. No skill is lost. I also had this from Professor Adegaye one time when he said that it is always good to acquire whatever degree, certification, or any skill just on your road to success. So that you acquire these things, it's better to acquire these things, as Professor Adegaye opined sometime last 2 years. He said you get these certificates no matter wherever, as you are just sojourning on this planet Earth. Anything that is worth getting in the name of what? Scholarship. In the name of what? Improving yourself, skill acquisition, certification, degrees, and whatnot. Just pick them by the roadside and put in your bag. When the time comes, sometime in the future, you will just see an advert. Anybody who has a certificate in social and social business should present himself for this particular job. You just go into your bags and just one of those certificates and present and get it. But if you are in a particular place or establishment or ministry, and they now say, we need people who are certified in this and that, and it happens that nobody has it, then you now go to Unabisi and Obanjo University, that's the one we are calling today, or Unimed, and go and register, and it will take you another 2 years, and before you get it, the person who proposed that is dead, and the whole thing is gone. So what are we trying to say? Clinch whatever you can get at the moment and keep it in your basket. The time will come when these things will be utilized. And he said he's a pharmacologist, and yet he was building computers. I make bold to say that I thought that we are in the computer age, that people like you and I are good in computer. But I'm sorry to tell you, this is from experience. Professor Gunda said is 10 times better than all of us in computer. I'm sorry, I've seen him, I've worked with him. What you think you know, you don't know half what he knows. So you can imagine how people have equipped and themselves long time ago, and now they are using it to intimidate people like us who call ourselves youngsters in the computer listening. When I send emails, I send it in the wrong way. Will tell me I got letters sometimes. You say, why don't you put it on PDF before you see this? A lot of things that the people we ought to be teaching are now teaching us again. So make every effort. Are you ready? Make every effort to get all the things you can get in stock and get ready for eventualities anytime. I also use this opportunity to introduce to you one of us here, because we have introduced everybody, and that is Dr. Babatunde Asheluka, is the Deputy Director of the studio. You're welcome, sir. And also, I also introduced one of us who is also a stakeholder in this game, and that is Dr. Mrs. We don't like putting Dr. Mrs. And that is Dr. Rachel Ololade. I always saw and observed that most times when a man manages to get a PhD, he calls himself Dr. Ogundamisi, Dr. Emmanuel, Dr. Dr. Wale Adediro, and as the case may be, Dr. Ihana Chometoni. But when a woman gets a PhD, instead of her to call herself Dr. Bola Ogundeji or Dr. Kate Ibafe, they call themselves Dr. Mrs. Kate Ibafe, Dr. Mrs. Rachel Ololade, and I now said maybe I will be putting my own Dr. Mr. Metoni Hanacho, Dr. Mr. Okay Adewili. Your name is Dr. what? Dr. Master. I know you're not married, so your name is Dr. Master. Are you ready? Are you ready? Almost. The almost is not coming up. Okay. So I just want us to correct that. When you're a woman, you're a man, you get a PhD, you are just doctor. That. Leave whether you are Mr. or Mrs. That is not part of the degree. The degree is just doctor and doctor. Let's take that. Thank you. I also invite Professor
Mr.
Professor Mr. Habanista. Welcome, Professor.
You see, I didn't hear the lady was coming to me. I said introduction. I thought it was introduction, and then I went to town and introducing myself. Good morning. Quite a bit of my students, energy my students, because he asked me. I didn't teach him, but he was listening to me. I was able to remember what I said. Actually, what he said in terms of people that by the time you have your degree, you're okay. You just, if you are lucky to get your, once you qualify, that's good. Let's slow down the value. Okay? But to discover that in Nigeria, especially, There's no amount of money you get for a particular degree you have now that will enable you to do anything you want to do. Am I clear? That is with your salary. For instance, I'm a university professor. We're on 6 million naira, tax 1 million naira, 5 million, that's what you get. You cannot buy any car in 4 years. That is 5 million this year, 5 million another year, 5 million another year. In 4 years, I cannot buy a new car. Is that okay? Yeah, whereas a farmer who is in the area or whatever here can say how much is this car, then we can buy. We are not saying that we're looking for that it's not going to be better. We think this is going to get better. Is that okay? And therefore, we don't worry about what is happening now. We just say, let us go on and where and this and so on. But at the time, as I said, the thing said, you need to keep your certificate and pick your potentials. Is that okay? That is, you will forget the certificate you have. Is that okay? And pick your potentials. But as I said, if you are as a doctor and you have a job as a doctor, it's good for you. You can rise to any level. I was giving an example yesterday that somebody who is the topmost surgeon in the world today is from Ondo State. He trained in OAU. What did he do? The pregnant woman had a problem with the child inside, operated on the child, and took the child outside at the age of about 2, 3, or something like that, and also sent it back to the mother. And the mother gave back to the child second time. Is this Surgeon General of the biggest children's hospital in the world, according to the American Institute. It's from OAU there. So you can, with your own nursing, your own medicine, and so you can rise to that level. Is that okay? But what I'm saying is that we are talking about things where they are not normal. When we finish, I'm also telling you the year when I finish, because some of you will just either be sleeping or not. You know, you knew you are going to buy a car. Is that okay? And that the car is going to be in 2 years' time. Even when I went as a university teacher, you knew how much money you buy a picture, 4,800. They give you a loan to buy. Is that okay? And you pay for 3 years. But now, when you're going to give a professor now, we say it is not possible for a new professor to see the inside of a new car. Is that not too bad? See Prof there. They cannot go to the place to go and say they want to buy a new car. Because the way you put things are there. But you don't have to worry. I was in charge of poverty alleviation when I was in government. And I started by being an economist. I studied economics in US, subsidiary politics and history. I didn't study agriculture, but today I think I am colleagues of people in agriculture. All right? And that's why I come as a herbalist, because you deal with the herbs there. And you have been told by people in medicine, phytomedicine, in as well as that one, that every plant that God created, there's something inside it. So people who are nurses, for instance, people who are medical doctors, as well as that one, can make quite a lot of money going into herbal medicine. Because if you look at the amount of money that is coming, that is being made by Nigerians, or spent by Nigerians on herbs from China, from India, from Yemen, and so on, you'll be surprised. And these are the type of the plants that we have here. So apart from making you orthodox, doctors or orthodox, this and so on, you have to go on to be able to think and say, people are bringing in this from China, from Yemen, from India, and they are selling them a network program, and they are making a lot of money in the place. Just sit it down. You don't even have to go to school to be in the network that they are having. And they make a lot of money in the place. But nobody is actually thinking, except here and now. We are thinking. We are interested in, we bring the money because we have the money for petrol and so on. Bring it in. And then we are buying the products, spending so much billion that we should use for constant electricity, better roads and so on, and bringing in things that we can make here. So those are the challenges that we are facing. Is that okay? That you don't, almost every night, except when I work too hard, I wake up at 2:30 in the midnight. Is that okay? I start thinking about what can be done the following day. And I do that work for about 1 hour before I sleep again. Okay? So even as old as I am, I don't tell you my age.
You are very young, sir.
I still spend at least 1 hour thinking about what is going to happen in the place. As I told you, we have quite a bit of things that I am doing. Table water production, fish production, the pigs, rabbits, cocoa, oil palm, and so on. So for me to be able to think and coordinate all these things and make sure that they work very well, it takes a lot of time. They said I shouldn't talk too much. A professor is supposed to talk for only 40 minutes. So my last year, so when I was still waiting for zero. Yeah. As an old person, I should be able to read from my laptop, from my telephone. Okay. Yeah.
So we'll get on there. We'll get on there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's this is great. I want to make a confirmation. You know, when somebody tells you, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have the cocoa, I have rabbits, this and that, you think it's a joke. I think that, I don't know who is here, but myself, I think yourself, we visited Paul's house. All these things are there. When I say they are not jokes, so they are all there. Paul's house is like a zoo and a museum at the same time. A zoo and a museum. And incidentally, Paul, while he was, engaging in all these things, poultry, goatry, all of them, fishery and all the rest of them, a very big python, bigger than you and me, visited the place. And
one was 50 feet.
When I say big,
Yeah.
the ones that can swallow two of us at the same time. No, not a joke. In fact, I wish you could project these things. Yeah. So you can also see some of the hazards. If any of those things swallowed anybody from Paul's family, God forbid. But the thing swallowed a goat that was also pregnant. So lots of stories to tell. In fact, one of these days you go on an excursion to Paul's place. When you go in there, you come out being another person. We want to invite just for a few minutes the director of this center, and that is Professor Wahab. To come and keep me one or two words.
Just right of you.
Good morning. Privileged to have this opportunity, and the opportunity you have should not be bungled. What did I say? It should not be bungled, because we never had this privilege when we were in school, when we were in university. So that's why I'm saying it's a rare privilege, and it's an opportunity for you to be able to grasp something. In my old school, which was founded in 1930, in Kobo Science School of Lagos, in the school anthem, we have book knowledge is not all. Book knowledge is good, it's great, but it's not all. What does that portend? It portends that we should acquire other means of enhancing our skills. We should evolve ourselves beyond the ordinary. I think Professor Adedeye has said a lot, that he didn't study agriculture, but today he's a big farmer. I didn't study authorship or writing, but today I'm also an author. I'm a clinician, I'm a teacher, I'm a researcher. But I took the time to involve myself in writing books, self-help books. If you Google Wahab Owolabi on Google now, you will see some of my books. Affirmations for Successful Living. If you wish to read it, affirmations. What we say unto ourselves. I look at the Yoruba ni Akumara Lakwete Midire. Do we do that? We copy the Western world and we say all sorts of negative things to ourselves. So that actually informed my decision to say, look,
what we say unto ourselves is very, very vital. It's very important. I wrote that book and another book titled Dialogue with the Self. Dialogue. Do we dialogue with ourselves? True or false? Do we do that? Plato said, a life unexamined is not what we need. A life unexamined. You should constantly challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. It's only when you do that, that you can give more flavor to your life. And I think it's a great opportunity, like I said, for you to be here to make sure that you acquire other skills. Not necessarily, I'm in nursing, I'm MBBS, acquire something extra. That extra thing might be your savior tomorrow. It might be your way of opening into another world completely. I've seen quite a number of people who studied medicine, but today they are not practicing medicine. They are practicing something else, and they are better at it. I'm not saying it's not good to practice medicine or nursing or what have you. I'm an audiologist. I take care of ear and vestibular problems. But like I said, I also ventured into other things. So I won't take too much of your time. I welcome you all. The one thing I've observed is that there are only 4 males here. Am I correct? How many? 6, okay. Does it imply that females are more in quest of knowledge than males? How do we address that? Please talk to your other colleagues and friends. It's a very good opportunity to be here and to acquire more knowledge. Thank you very much.
You read or say after me?
No, I think you go on at the same time. So it's not repeating after.
Okay. All right. You can see this. Okay.
You can see this.
Your names. Solemnly, let's go on now.
To uphold the principles of innovation, collaboration, and ethical entrepreneurship in the field of healthcare. I commit myself to the development of healthcare and the advancement of medical entrepreneurship for the benefit of society. I acknowledge that the pursuit of medical entrepreneurship requires a deep understanding of both healthcare and business. I pledge to continually expand my knowledge, seeking to exercise in these areas, embracing the lifelong learning and an essential component of my journey. I vow to foster an environment of creativity, where no prioritize our land and knowledge. I encourage interdisciplinary collaboration, recognizing that the integration of diverse perspectives and expertise vital in generating innovative solutions from complex healthcare challenges. I understand the significance of vertical entrepreneurship and the responsibility it entails. I will conduct myself with utmost integrity, transparency, and respect for all stakeholders involved in the healthcare ecosystem. I will prioritize patient welfare, never compromising dialogue with personal gain. I pledge to champion the consistency and diversity in all aspects of my entrepreneurial endeavors. I would strive to create efficient solutions and take part in the unique diverse populations, educating prescribers and ensuring taking access to quality care for all. I recognize the importance of teamwork and effective communication in achieving entrepreneurial success. I actively seek opportunities to collaborate with fellow participants, faculty, mentors, and community experts, fostering an environment of shared knowledge and collective growth. I commit to translating my entrepreneurial ideas into tangible products, services, or systems that are potential to transform healthcare. I will embrace the challenges and opportunities inherent in entrepreneurship, preserving the face of setbacks and learning from failures. I acknowledge that the entrepreneurial success is versatile. I will contribute to the sustainable development of the healthcare ecosystem by supporting initiatives that address societal health, promote healthcare innovation, and empower aspiring medical entrepreneurs. I surely affirm that I will uphold the goals of the unregulated and heritage principles throughout my conversation in medical and solutions and beyond. I embrace the opportunity to make positive and aspiring in the field of healthcare. So I take the goal freely and with a commitment to honor its guiding principles to our entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs.
So, Henry,
Thank you very much.
Here.
Just the first before.
You want to speak? Okay, let's entertain your
So
question.
I followed you both, and then I realized everything we're going to do here is just streamlined to the accounts. So the innovation and everything is just a question. It's just
No, go on with your questions.
So that's my question. Like every innovation creativity is just going to streamline to the accounts.
It doesn't state that.
Is
Are you
this
asking?
going to just be streamlined to the accounts?
Okay, I give an answer. I wouldn't know whether Mr. Wadi
No, please.
has also an answer. In life and in inquiries, it is somehow it comes in a diverse mix. Even if you say like now, the title for this particular project is medical entrepreneurship. You have just been inducted into medical entrepreneurship fellowship. And you are going to be taking training programs from now till the end of the year. And these training programs will cover everything that has to do with medical entrepreneurship, digital properly. And that's exactly what it's going to be. So because we are a medical university, we are trying to support everything that has to do with medical entrepreneurship.
But I add to that.
Okay.
Principle they are going to learn.
Yes.
You can apply those principles
In other.
spheres.
All right. Are you satisfied? If you are not, say you are not.
Yeah, because I was also going to ask when he was talking.
Yes.
To say it's going to be limited, it is cost related, that is medicine. And that's what we want also concentrate. But in real life, as Prof said, the basic principles learned in entrepreneurship can be applied to so many areas.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why you'll be different from your own your other colleagues, right? So if Brigade was in a class with somebody, and now he just went out and is now the one we are looking at in the computer, there is some within that group that okay, he was thinking about something else, but other people around him were also thinking about something else. So you can come in, get the training, get the principles that you have to follow in the place. For instance, he was talking about snake and risk. The risk is everywhere. Every business, every venture has its own risk something. And the more risk you have, the more profit you can make. So because most people will run away from risky investment, you go into it and you succeed, then you make more money. So that's so all the principles you are going to be taught relating to medicine can also be applied to other things that are around you. Even in your community, your village, there's a problem in your village, it's not medical. Is that okay? You can use the principles to be able to look at it and say, what can you do?
In truth, I have been a little bit privileged. This particular training program is directly under the purview of TEF, Teampreneurs Educational Foundation. I told you this is a tripartite project, Unimed, Liverpool, Teampreneurs. So Teampreneurs, they are the entrepreneurship ecosystem that are involved with this training. And I was a little bit opportune to look at the curriculum. And when I tried to, I'm a critic, I like to criticize constructively. When I tried to criticize, I saw that it was power-packed. And in my place, we say you don't sleep immediately and start snoring. It is when the sleep is becoming interesting that you start snoring. So I don't need to let the cat out. Let's get on the road, and the trial will convince you. On that note, I want to, because I've talked, I want to push the vote of thanks in a short while to Dr. Mrs. Ekwafe. I put up Dr. Mrs. Ekwafe. Just give us a vote of thanks. Vote of thanks.
Thank you, everybody. We want to thank our professors in the house. Thank Dr. Betuanu for his great work, and our gentleman, Mr. Adewale. With our students, I want to tell you that we are actually starting something great like Professor Adewale has told you. It is actually good to have something other than what you come to the university to study, and you are privileged to have it. Thank everybody that has come to join us live. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much. So, okay, let's just have the group photograph with the management staff, maybe just out there, with the Teampreneurs, Mr. Wale, and our deputy director is also there, and our staff.